So we're going to dive right into this next interview, and this next interview is going to be a lot of fun. And funny fact, this next interview, Miss Jaclyn Nguyen, I believe she was the very first interview I ever did. And we had a lot of fun a lot of years ago. And she was supposed to interview me, but she never did, so I'm still holding that over her. Just kidding. But it's a little funny thing about us. And she's one of the reasons why I started becoming an interviewer, is because I loved that experience of creating value on camera and interviewing people and getting to know people even more deeply and hear their journey and be inspired. So when she comes on, we'll definitely have to thank her. And right now, Miss Jaclyn Nguyen. She is your soul sister that will support you in creating physical, emotional, and mental freedom in all areas of life that are important to you. You'll discover a practice that will have you shine, balance, and connect with your personal power and with those around you. Jaclyn Nguyen is a mother, published author, registered yoga teacher, and certified personal trainer. She's on a mission to teach others how to sparkle by choice in their own lives through fitness, spirituality, and personal power. Her passion lies in assisting others to shine, balance, and connect through practicing yoga, fitness, and nutrition. And we are in for an absolute treat today, ladies and gentlemen. Jaclyn, you ready to rock this?
Yes!
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 We are now rocking it on the 12-hour marathon. Thank you so much for showing up.
Oh, thank you so much for I'm so sorry it took me so long. I'm so excited though. I feel like all the time is just all into this. It's a big ball of energy now.
That's right. Leading
wait.
up to this moment. This moment is everything.
Yes. Yes. That's
I love
right.
it. I love it. So we're going to have a lot of fun today. Your personality is sparkly. My personality is fiery. Together we have sparkle fire.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. I feel like I gotta go run around now. Yeah.
So let's start diving into the question of the day, and then we can go into even more of the journey and lots of fun stuff that we've done together and shared and learned, because that's going to be fun to cover. But the question of the day is about questions and upgrading your questions. So Jaclyn, how have you upgraded your questions to see reality from a new lens, a new perspective, so that you're more resourceful, more powerful, and more able to create your reality?
Well, the first thing that came up is I've been asking myself, every time I have a thought, it's like, why? And I ask why like 5 or 7 times, like so many times until I get to a place of like fulfillment or a place of like knowing, like, oh, there goes the truth. Like, because we're so used to having like, the surface level, like the looking good wise, or like, but getting to the deep core of the why we do something or why we think that way, it really is very, it gives you so much freedom to be able to be honest with yourself, and just, that's when you say questions, I'm like, why in my brain. So I've been practicing that.
What's a specific situation where you were feeling surface level and you asked why, and you got to that deeper level of truth, and what did you discover?
Oh, okay. So Sparkle by Choice is my brand, and I'm a personal trainer. And I meet clients. I'm like going through all of the like what's my niche, like what type of people can I really, really be of service to. So I ask myself like why I'm in fitness, or like why the body, why the mind, why is this? So on the surface, it was like all this fitness stuff is to look good. People like initially hire me so they can look comfortable with themselves in the mirror or look great naked, stuff like that, but I'm like, do I really want to be that person? Yes, it'll be great, but do I want to be even more impactful, something that will actually have them stick in their brains forever until they're like 80 years old? I want to, so I ask why, right? Why is it that I don't want to be just the looks girl, the aesthetic, you know, like 100 millions of people out there on social media. So then I'm like, no, what did I say? It was a whole journal prompt. I just kept writing why. I wish I came prepared. I could read it all. You remember how whenever I used to share all of my journal entries with you?
Yes.
Those are great days.
Yes.
Oh, I gotta do that again.
And then you stopped journaling. I'm like, why?
Yeah, why? Why did I stop? I'm testing different ways. So anyway, where was I? Okay, so why fitness? It's like, okay, so then it's the mind. It's more of like to be able to feel good internally, like mindset wise. And it's like, okay, why that? Or how can I implement that in their days or in our just 1 hour session together? So I'm still in the process of figuring that out, but just to be able to see that the whole looking good, the surface part is only the surface part. At least I know what it gives access to. Like there's so many possibilities. Yes, there's something, but I can ask everyone else, like why, right? So I don't know. It's really cool. I mean, it's still in process, my why. I'm still not like deep in here, but it's all in evolution with my brand, and I'm okay with that. I'm not having to like, oh, has to look a certain way. Like, you know, the body has to look a certain way. It's all in exploration.
What is the core philosophy of Sparkle by Choice? Like, what is that, the why, the deepest level of why that you got into for that?
Okay. Where should I start? Okay, so Sparkle by Choice, meaning ever since I've known myself to be, or my identity, or like how I grew up, is just a really, really shy girl. Like super shy, kind of like how my daughter is now. And I want to, and my mom said she was like that before. She was just like completely shy, always had her brothers and sisters around to protect her. I always had my brothers to protect me, even though he's my younger brother. But yeah, I just kept saying, I kept feeling like this isn't who I am, this shy girl. And it blocked me from so many different types of relationships. You know, you look through growing up with like the internet and seeing how everyone else is connecting with each other, and the old me would like totally like, oh, I'm not like that. I totally just shut off the opportunity for myself to meet awesome people, you know? But through fitness, through yoga and fitness and just showing up for my body, showing up to feeding my body, like the nutrients, the information, the right information that makes me more energetic, more willing to do something that's fearful before, it helped me sparkle by choice. Now I get to choose to sparkle. Now I get to choose to shine. And this year, my motto this year is to, what is it? It's right here. This is the greatest show on earth. Have you watched The Greatest Showman?
Yes. Yes.
This is the greatest show. Oh my God. If you see me at work, I walk through the curtains. I'm like, this is the greatest show. Oh my God.
I love it. Own it. Own it.
Changed my life. So all year this year and every year, Sparkle by Choice is a brand, and I haven't anchored it. I mean, I haven't really conquered it. It's always an evolution to get deeper and a deeper level. Like an onion, you get deeper and see what your core is. And that's what, becoming your greatest self, right? It's all about that. It's all about like discovering things, what you're capable of. Also creating things, creating structures, or creating principles that you can stand in and be firm with, Kind of like how people have like the alter ego, like they get more excited and more enthusiastic when they're this alter ego, like Lady Gaga or like, something like that.
Yeah.
And they're just completely just like, wow. When in reality, it's really them. It's just a side of them that they're, expanding. So yeah, that's I need to breathe. I think I'm so excited.
I love it. I love it. So this is gold. This is gold. So we hear Sparkle by Choice mainly created because you went through these challenging situations of not being able to be self-expressed, of feeling like you were stuck and wanting more and not knowing how to like reach out for help, not knowing how to claim that power. And so you said, you know what, I'm going to create a brand about helping people claim their power, claim the life that they want to look, be enough with their looks or their money or their whatever mindset, how they feel about themselves.
Exactly.
Beautiful.
Exactly.
Beautiful. I love it. I love it. So tell us about some of those more defining moments that had you like turn your life around and be in service to other people. Why did you say, I'm going to go serve other people? I'm going to coach. I'm going to teach. I'm going to show up for others.
Let me think. It's funny. This is a funny story. And you would have never guessed that this is the thing that made me like bust out and like, just like, hey, well, since I had my daughter, before then I always worked at like inside the office with my parents in my parents' company. So it's not like I had to go out of my way to be uncomfortable or meet new people, you know? So I had my daughter, and so I'm like, I hated being in the desk. Like I hated no windows. I hated having to like just that lighting, being on the screen. That's just not me. And I didn't realize that until I just like was so miserable. They're like, why am I miserable? And so my brother, he suggested, hey, go work at a restaurant. You know, go serve sushi. Sushi is the best place because one, is fish and it's really nice. And if you find a really good fancy place with good owners, like they'll treat you well. You know, it's only because he's been through that. So I did. So I went to the nearest sushi restaurant. I could literally walk there from my house. And I'm still at that place now. I don't want to let it go. But the first few times I had to keep showing up. And it's so funny because the first week I got hand, foot, and mouth disease, which means it's really contagious. You basically have like all these dots on your palms and under your feet, and it hurts. It's like being numb times 10 on fire. Ooh. You know, this numb, prickly knee thing? Yeah. So I had that for 2 weeks, and I had to tell the manager, like, I'm sorry, I can't work right now. So basically I took it as my body's signal for doing something. My body's signal for doing something, for getting out of its comfort zone. It's like making new room for something out of my own identity, right? And sometimes when you hear those people, whenever they're about to have like a breakthrough or something like writing a book or something that's totally new for themselves, their body kind of reacts to it. Like some people get sick or they have the flu, something like that. It's like really dramatic. Anyway, I had one of those moments. Then I started serving. The first, I would say 6 months was like so painful for me. I had to like pep talk myself every day in the mirror, every time, like, oh, it was so bad. But now it's the only way for me to see that I was meant to love people, going through Landmark and just a lot of other personal development stuff that I took on, chose to do, made me realize like I just love people. And right now sometimes it's a lifesaver for me, because like sometimes if I'm in my own head but at the same time I have like 5 clients to see, the minute I start being in the session with them, it's all about them. I'm so free from my own mind, and I get so excited. I'm like, this is why I'm alive. You know, it makes me feel so alive when I'm with my clients, like being in service. So cool.
So you went from the sushi restaurant. How did you start your coaching business?
Oh, I had to get my certification first.
How did you know you wanted it?
I don't know. My brother, same brother, he reminded me, because right before I had my daughter, I also got a yoga teaching certification. Mm-hmm. But as a shy girl, yes, I passed the test. Yes, I did audition, but audition to pass the test. But I never really, I just kept small, like, trying to find sneaky ways to do yoga private teaching or like things like that, but never really worked out because I'm still so shy. Nothing really pushed me until I got the sushi job and had to be in front of those people, brand new people every day, asking them how their day is, and really authentically, it's just so cool. But yeah, so my brother reminded me of how much I love the body. And so I'm like, hey, and I still went to the gym while I was at Ken's, I still try to find my way back into fitness, like through Instagram or like taking my daughter out on walks and trying new things. And I just took on personal training and I love it. Yeah.
So what's been one of the biggest pieces of wisdom that you've picked up from your personal training career?
As far as like the body wise, or like just as the career in general?
As a career in general.
Meet people where they are. Sometimes, wherever they are is perfect. I have to remind them. And a lot of people put themselves down, like a lot. And I'm really like, for one, I'm grateful that I have the ability to hold the space that they can release and share those doubts and feelings that they have for themselves, and be able to have somebody to talk about that too, instead of just being in their heads all the time. And I'm not going to let them stand for them being smaller than they are. I'm not going to listen to that. It's not like, yes, I'm going to be there, and at the same time, I have to reaffirm that they're like bigger than that. Yeah.
So it sounds like seeing the greatness within people, and also like wherever they're at, wherever their vision is and wherever they're at, like giving them that compassion, that empathy, that listen, it's like perfect where you're at. And that vision, regardless of how close or far it is possible. And here's how we're going to get there together. And I'm going to cheer you on every step of the way. And just being that space, being that support, being that cheerleader to remind them, that's been one of the most valuable things for you.
Yeah, totally. Oh my God. Right out of my brain. Right out of my heart.
I love it. So let's keep diving into, I know your daughter, Sophia, and tell us about her and what the journey's been like raising her.
Oh my gosh. She's like my greatest teacher. And I mean, you hear that a lot from a lot of parents, but like literally I've been taking on this year that she is like a direct reflection of how I'm feeling. So whenever she's whiny, I take a look like, am I whining about something right now? Like, am I complaining about something about my life that I'm not doing instead of being whiny? That helps me be a really good coach too.
Yeah.
Just to be able to see, like, be transparent as much as you can. Like, just wipe out the fog, the mental fog, or like all of the surface level stuff. And I also think that with raising Sophia, sometimes and working like 3 jobs, I'm quicker to understand because when I get mad, I like to hold on sometimes. And when she gets mad at me, she likes to hold on. And so just like I said, everything she's doing is a direct reflection of me. And I also watch what I do, because kids don't really listen to what you say, but they watch what you do.
Yeah.
Or how you are, right? So if I see her acting in a certain way that I don't necessarily agree with, I look at it as myself. And then I can teach her like authentically. Because how can I teach somebody if I can't do that myself, you know? Yeah. And I think being a parent is such a great, like the greatest gift of all, because you can't run away from it. Nope. Especially if you're a girl, you can't run away. Yeah. There's so many times. There's like this last year was really tough for me and Sophia because there's like a language barrier, or like she was still trying to speak and I couldn't understand what she would want to say, or like I couldn't not only understand what she's saying, but why, like what's her intention behind it. Wow. Now it's a lot better, but before I would literally have a mental breakdown and cry myself to sleep almost every week. It's tough. It's really tough, especially if you're like, I'm a single parent, like her dad's around and I'm so grateful, but I go through everything with her, you know? Yeah. So, also she's teaching me how to love myself more, because if I can't love myself, I can't love her completely. I love her through condition, and that's not fun. That's not what real love is. But sometimes when I get, when I'm present with the love that we have, or present with the gift of being a mother, or present with just her presence, her love and joy and innocence, I'm like so floored. I'm so like, life is a miracle. Like everything is like freaking, so grateful. I tear up sometimes. I just like, I look at her eyes, and I'm just like, I can't believe like you happened. I can't believe you're in my life. Like what did I do to deserve you? You know, in a good way, very good way. So yeah, did that answer your question?
It did. Thank you for sharing. So let's dive in even more to these small incremental steps, small actions that we really focused on in the title of this interview. And why small actions? Why did you focus on that? Why is that a core philosophy for you to be able to take care of that well-being, take control of that well-being, create that daily with these small actionable steps?
Oh, I had to, sometimes you have to learn things like the hard way. So my natural, or how I wound up is like extremist, like, right? I go all in, all or nothing when it comes to like my diet and my like exercise, which can be, it's good. Some things are good for that, but you have to, I'm learning that it's all within testing and play. So when I say small actionable steps, what I've noticed lately this past year, every month I would take on one single step, one single thing that I want to test, right? And then I would test it out for a whole month. If it worked, most of the times there's things that would stick and some things that don't stick. For example, I started counting my macros last July. I counted every single thing I put in my mouth for a whole year. Wow. I counted, I scaled everything. It was so stressful, but I didn't quit. I did it for 30 days. And I'm really glad that I did that, because on my younger clients, or even clients that are just wanted to start over and need a reset and be healthy again, I encourage them to do that at least for 2 weeks, just to be not really changing your calories or changing what they're eating, just tracking it.
Aware.
Yeah, bringing awareness to what is there, or what you're actually feeding your body. It's like, it's a good mind shift to like actually see, instead of just like ordering something huge and just, the whole goal is to finish the whole plate, which is something that I grew up with. I have my grandma. When I was younger, she would say, you have to eat every single grain of rice, or else when you go to hell, it will be like each grain of rice will be a maggot, and you will have to eat that in hell.
What?
Yeah. Oh my
Dang.
God. And I believe, I was like, that was so, and I'm like 4 or 5. So that's ingrained in my head. So every single time I have this, I don't have the problem that much anymore, but I would always finish whatever's on my plate. I would lick the bowl clean, everything. But now I know like what amount to put on my plate so that I can finish it without being fully disgusted. But yeah, what was the question?
Is the small incremental steps, small actionable steps.
Yes. So like drinking a gallon of water a day. Mm-hmm. I tested that out. Mm-hmm. Maybe a gallon's way too much. Or maybe like some days and I would always record it, document how I'm feeling, how's my energy, everything. I'll grab a new notebook. I'll buy from the dollar store, just a notebook, a random notebook, and I would jot down every single thing that I noticed that day. And it's really helpful only because if you do everything all at once, you don't know exactly what thing is the thing that like helped, that stuck with you, the thing that helps you a lot, or if it's a story that you made up, like you have to do this whole plan every single time, and it at the same time stresses you out, but at the same time gives you results. You want to be able to like pick it, make it smaller so that you can easily see which would work or not. Sorry, my brain is like, but so I did water, I did macros, I did chasing the butterflies. Like every day I would do something that actually would scare me. Or like every Friday I would do like a boldness thing. Like I would wear red or pink bright lipstick because it's bold. It's something I wouldn't do. Yeah. Just like choosing to do those things, not saying like, oh, I have to because I said so, which is, yes, that's the whole thing of like integrity with yourself and having that responsibility. But at the same time, you want to be empowered when you set rules or principles, or when you're testing things out. There needs to be, it's just like an experiment, like a science project, you know, this stays the same. We have A, B, and C, all of that. Yeah.
So in terms of being able to coach people more effectively, what do you think that testing those small steps out on your own helped you provide? How did that help you become a better coach?
Oh, for one, I would see what mindset they would go for. Like immediately the natural instinct would be like, oh, I'm going to do it all. I'm going to, I'm going to count my macros, drink a lot of water, exercise every day, 5 days a week, when coming from nothing to doing all that. Yeah. I did that myself. So I know how to coach people through that, saying that, yes, you can do that. And it probably would not stick, because all those things are hard. Even though it sounds really easy, like being a human being, having a life, having a family, having friends, a social life, like everything that plays a role. Yeah. So I had to remind them of that. And I also, it allowed me to create the space for my clients to not be so hard on themselves. Mm-hmm. I know that keeps coming up because, maybe it's a reflection of me too. Like when I was going through all of that, I would beat myself up for missing a day, or, and then just the whole entire day I would feel crummy and I wouldn't want to talk to people. I would withdraw, being in my head all the time. I wouldn't want to show up for anything. So whenever my clients don't want to show up, I ask them, are you okay? Is it really something you don't want to show up? Like, or is it because you're faced with, you don't feel like doing it. And if you don't feel like doing it, it doesn't really get you results that you want. So I remind them why. And why, and why?
I love it. So tap into that the higher self, the higher reason, the why, the essence of why we. Yeah, the deep. So I'm curious, what has been one of your biggest challenges recently, and how have you been getting through it? How have you been breaking through it?
It's still the sparkle by choice. It's still being, putting myself out there. Sorry, can you still see me? Okay.
Yep.
It's putting myself out there. And it's a huge challenge because that was the shy girl, the shy, quiet girl was the identity throughout my whole life. And I hung on to it for dear life. Like it was me.
Yeah.
And sometimes, what I say a lot is like transformation happens again and again and again and again. It's not like one day you're transformed and you'll never be that person again. No, you have a brain, you have instincts, you have feelings and emotion, you have patterns. Yes. So, it just takes daily practice. Like for me recently, I went from a big box gym to a private gym, which means that I'm like my own business. Mm-hmm. And even though I grew up with entrepreneur parents and being around how hard they work and all of that stuff, I had to let go of all that story. But actually being in a space, is that I put myself in a place where I have to pay rent, which is fine, but it's new for me at like an extra thing to get, be responsible for. That's always scary, Mm-hmm. 2 is that I'm around the best trainers in San Diego, like award-winning trainers in San Diego. I'm still fairly new. These trainers are like 7 years, 5+ years of training, or their whole life, or they're fitness models. They're like amazing people. So even going to the gym and working there, it still takes something from me to put myself there.
Right.
But every time I actually do it, I'm very happy because those people are so nice. They're like so genuine, so nice. They really care about people. Those are the type of people that I want to be around. You know that saying, if you're the highest person in your group of friends, get a new group of friends?
Yep.
That type, yeah.
Yep.
So I put myself with a new group of friends that are, for me, they are like amazing. They're something that I always wanted to become. I will be because I'm being around them now. Yeah. So, that's a challenge. So earlier this week, I posted on my Instagram about how like my inner critic got the best of me, and it's so silly. And for anyone who's listening, this is so silly. So I made a rule with myself. This is something new that I'm not used to, and this is very like common sense. Mm-hmm. To acknowledge, say hi and bye to everyone. Right? My old me would just sneak out because I'm still, just shy. I just, they don't care. Or like, I'll just sneak out. They won't see me. They won't, that's okay. Nobody will see me. I can just get away with that. That's the easy thing to do. So on Monday I did that and I felt like so disgusted. And I was like, what's this breakdown? What is going on? Why am I feeling this way? And then I remembered, I'm like, I made a promise to myself that I would acknowledge every single trainer, every single client there. Wow. to be able to just like be my complete self. But I was so shy and scared. And then so the whole entire day I was like, maybe what if they think I'm stuck up, or what if they think I'm too good, or I think that I'm too good, or something like that. And it's just like I ripped myself apart because I didn't say hi or bye to somebody or like ask them how they are doing, or But I'm happy I went through that because I went through that. Now now I know what happens if I do that to myself again. You know, I know the pattern again, and I don't want to shrink anymore. That's not the game of life. Did you hear yesterday? Yesterday, a lady got sucked out of the airplane window.
What?
Did you hear about that? So, there's a plane from New York to Dallas. The engine broke. It blew up or something, and the lady sitting next to the window, next to the engine, flew out, and she died.
Wow.
That happened yesterday, and the moment I heard that story and saw the news and stuff like that, I just like, life is so short. Why would you spend it creating yourself so small and being unseen and not, like, another thing, life-changing thing. So my amazing clients gave me tickets to go see Hamilton, the musical. Have you heard about that?
Yep.
Their songs are amazing. So I saw them in real life. One of the songs, the last song, is "You Have No Control. Who lives, who dies, who tells your story?" I want my story to be told, and I want it to be the greatest story ever.
Yeah.
I want it to impact so many people that they all know my story before I die, you know? And you never know when you're going to die. So, like, why not make every day the best day ever?
That's right. That's right. Oh, my God. Our Instagram, like, commenting on each other's stuff. Every day is the best day ever. Best day ever. I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. Just gets me fired up. You know, every time we see ourselves, a piece of ourselves in another person, they take on our habits, they take on our sayings, they take on our emojis, our, you know, patterns, who we are, right? Like that's those little parts of us. It's just like so, I don't know, rewarding and fulfilling that, wow, you know, like this is total ego, but it's like, wow, I was important enough that someone wanted to do that themselves, you know, and it's just really cool. I think could be ego. It also could be like validation that what we're doing resonates with people, that what we're doing is actually making an impact, is leaving a mark, is leaving a legacy on the people around us.
It's just truth, you know?
Yeah.
And people always vibe with truth.
Well, I mean, the thing is, people can pick up negative habits too, though. You know? That's
very true. Families have like obesity that deal with obesity. It's hard for them to, you know, snap out of it. They can't just like eat the healthy meal and the rest of their family eats whatever they want. It's so hard if you don't have your support system. Yeah, but then you could always be the brighter light. Yeah. You just got to have discipline for yourself. So, yeah. Yeah, that's been one of the most empowering things ever is with my family. I know when we started doing Landmark together, that was like a area of my life that I just like was resistant to. I was just like disempowered around completely, you know. My family was like this area, why am I going to deal with that? I'd rather go party. I'd rather go make new friends. I'd rather, you know, connect with people I like, quote unquote, or who are similar to me, whatever it might be. And it's been so rewarding taking on, really challenging myself to heal that, to create a new image of myself in their minds, a new conversation about who I am in their heads, right? Because like you were saying, your parents, you were working with them and you probably were in the office and stuff, and a lot of how you showed up was probably because of the conversation that they had about you. You know, your mom probably didn't want you to be a shy little kid like her, and she probably, in that fear or resistance, created that in you. And similar with you and Sophia, you're probably like, I don't want her to be shy like I was, and I want her to be outgoing. Like, Sophia, why aren't you outgoing like I want you to be? You know what? She's so shy that whenever I see, like, I introduce her to my friends, she'll just blankly stare at them, not even say hi. I was like, Dad, stop it. It's so rude not to say hi back. Like, just say hi. And then she was just like, so we're working on that. So I feel like if I put myself more out there, just thinking about her, like, that'll be fine.
there's that is like you transform yourself, and then she transforms in your image, so to speak.
Yeah.
And then there's also, what does she want? What does she need to feel safe? What does she need to feel like this is a game? Like she wants to people, wants to connect with people, wants to be self-expressed. What would make her light up a smile when she meets someone? You know, I introduce her as Sophia the Princess. I introduce her as Sophia the Dragon Slayer. I don't know what it is, right? what is it that would have her feel empowered, that would have her step into an identity that she's like, heck yeah, I love being this person around mom and meeting new people when she introduces me.
Yeah, no, I will definitely test that out.
Yes. Experiment.
Yes.
But really it's the identity. You're labeling who she wants to be versus.
No, I totally get it.
Yeah.
No, like whenever I make an excuse right in front of her, like if she doesn't say anything, I'm like, oh, she's just shy, you know? And I emphasize it or like encourage it without knowing. I mean, I do know, but the moment I say it, I'm like, I can't really put it back in my mouth. You know?
Yeah.
So I can't be like, oh, she's shy, but wait, she's brave. Like,
well, you can be like, like that's the thing. We have the power to create with our language. Oh, she's shy, but I'm so freaking proud of her for getting out here and meeting you right here, right now, because who she's becoming is someone who's changing the world. And you have an opportunity in that moment to say, screw whatever the heck I just said. I'm like grabbing my power back. And while I would have been like, oh, damn, why'd I say that? And like kind of ashamed and guilty. It's like, no, screw that. I'm grabbing my power. I know I just effed up, but I'm going to recreate who she really is. Yeah,
totally. I love that. No, that's so cool. I'm going to take her to the park today.
Yes. You should do that. Like test out, introduce her with a different title. Like every person, see what she thinks. Like I wonder what a kid would think.
I will do that and I'll document it.
Yeah. And create a list of 20 different like titles or something like that you could introduce her with.
Oh, that would be such a fun project.
Heck yeah. See, that's what it's all about. Have fun.
Yeah.
Have fun.
Cool. Thank you.
You're welcome. I'm going to be the world's best parent. I swear.
Aww. Yes. Yes. Hands down. The most inspiring, motivational parent.
Thank you.
Cool.
Thank you. So, Jaclyn, is there anything else that we wanted to cover and really give to our audience about taking control of their wellness and stepping into that vitality, that energy, that creating their life every single day?
Just do it. That's not, like you can sit there, scroll social media, go on Facebook, see what other people are doing, but then having the stomach feelings like, oh, I want to do that myself, and then and just like hitting your head on the pillow and starting your day over and doing the same thing over and over and over and over. Nope. Do something that makes you feel alive. And what makes you feel alive, what helps you makes you feel alive is to be healthy. Show up for your body, just an hour. I do it for 45 minutes a day, just give it your all. And then you will feel, each time I work out, especially lately, I've been having this new friend. She's a huge impact in my life, by the way. I love her. She's been pushing me so hard at the gym. So we set a timer, 20 minutes, 5 pull-ups, 10 push-ups, 20 squats, over and over and over for the entire 20 minutes. No rest. Killed me. At the same time, I wanted to quit on minute 8. I was like, damn it, I still have a lot to go. I'm not even halfway there. But at the same time, like the last 2 minutes, I felt like I was like, man, I'm being reborn. Oh, I'm feeling this power. Like, I'm like so happy. I'm like, I need to push all my clients to at this level where they're going to mentally want to break down, but they're going to break through because they did something that they didn't think they could do. So the challenge for the listeners is that you take on something that you always wanted to do like maybe do a pull-up. Maybe, like for me, like my goal this year is to do 10 consecutive pull-ups. This beginning of this year, I couldn't even do 1. Now I'm at 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see you with that resistance band like every morning at 4 a.m.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. You know, or like if you always want to do a handstand, do something like that. Like take on something with your body, use your body as like a catalyst, an access point to how your mind could open and think. Like everything, it's all connected, right? Everything is connected. Cellularly, your thoughts, like everything. So take on a challenge for your body, a pull-up, push-up, like 100 push-ups or something like that, and then just do it. If you need a coach, I'm here. Chris is here. You know,
well,
he's got the mindset. I got the.
what you just said. Laura said, "I want to stretch without snapping." So maybe there's some support you can provide her in getting more flexibility and vitality in her life.
Oh yes. Okay. So when stretching, you really want to just breathe. Mm-hmm. It's all an ebb and flow.
Yeah.
So we'll do a really quick stretch, right? So we're going to inhale our arms up, and all we're doing is hinging at the hips. So you're sitting nice and tall. Inhale, exhale, hinge at the hips, right? Inhale, back off a little bit. Exhale, hinge at the hips. Just ebb and flow until you get deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. But you're just going to take it one breath at a time, just like life. Everything's one breath at a time. Right? And then you're not going to snap. It's not like you're going to go like this and just start stretching. You can't get way down there until you actually, it's like a wave, you know?
Yeah.
I tell that to all my clients. Whenever we're stretching, it's ebb and flow. You're going to use your breath. You're going to sync with your breath, connect your mind to your breath. And then after that, they feel super relaxed. And then they're like, okay. Thank you. Yeah.
Love it.
Bend.
I love it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the yoga.
I hope that helps.
Yeah, that was gold. And Laura, if you want more support, definitely message Jaclyn. She's amazing. And Jaclyn, make sure you type in your name after this or say what's up. How else can people best connect with you?
Instagram is my top platform that I'm working on or working with right now. Mm-hmm. I try to do a lot of like stories and like little bits of wisdom and like super energetic stuff to like hype people up, and a lot of movements and exercises, stretches, stuff like that. It's all on Instagram. I post every day. I also have a blog that those are more like the deeper things, the things that's long written form, like so there's fitness, mindset, and lifestyle. Those are our 3 top categories, but I have a lot of different random stuff in there too. Everything that I like. My blog is my home. So any question I had from my clients to my friends to my family, it's all going to be in there. So you can subscribe to the newsletter there too. So I post on my blog every week. And then Facebook is also there. And that's linked with Instagram. So I'm working on putting more long form videos, instructional videos on Facebook soon to come.
Love it. And what else? By the end of the year, what else are you creating?
Right now, I'm really excited about this online program that I have. It's going to be 12 weeks. Yes. And I'm only going to take on 6 clients. Okay. So this is like 6 people are going to be like family by the end of this. You know how like when we go with our leadership program?
Yep.
Like by the end of it, family forever family, right? Because you're going to go through so many things. Basically, I'm going to teach you how to use those small sustainable steps, and we're going to go through it the whole way. Body, mind, and spirit. Spirit. But the body's going to be a catalyst. We're going to work on everything. We're going to set up principles for the rest of your life. Like I wrote up 10 rules. Have you heard Evan Carmichael?
I've heard
Is
of
that
him.
his last name?
Yeah.
He does like 10 rules of success for everybody. I wrote 10 rules of success just because I'm going to have a video of me on there. This is Jaclyn's 10 rules. So I wrote my own. I put it on my blog on the Meet Jaclyn page. And it's all the rules I want to live by. Like, integrity, documenting your life, just all these rules, right? So basically this program is going to teach you how to write your own rules. We're going to pull out your greatness. That's why I always say your greatest revealing awaits, because really it's all inside. You just need to take away that doesn't serve you. Ooh. Take away all the barriers, all of the what is it called? Blind spots, all of that. So I have loads of exercises of those things, and we're all going to go through it together in a safe space. So yeah, that's my online program. It's going to start on Sunday, April 29th.
Okay.
And yeah, just message me if you're interested. You have to apply because there's only going to be 6 people. Trust me, everybody's going to want this because it's really good stuff. It's going to really change your life. So yeah, I'm so excited.
Awesome. Love it. Love it. Well, Jaclyn, it has been an absolute pleasure with you, and it's been awesome seeing your growth over the last couple years since we met. It's just been amazing,
likewise,
amazing. Like Landmark Forum was like one of the starts of my seminar and personal development journey, and I'm just so grateful for all the amazing people it connected me with, and you, and just what we're creating in the world is amazing. So thank you for what you're doing, and I'm so excited to continue witnessing and being a part of your growth moving forward for years and decades to come.
Yes, same here. I am so blessed to have met you. I remember when you were up on the stage with your microphone, like, I need to go meet that dude. And then remember we did the powerful exercise, being powerful exercise right next to each other.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I'm just remembering that you sat next to me during that. The most pivotal thing that I like. That's so crazy. Dude, I love you. Oh my God. I can't believe I forgot that you sat next to me.
And then we were doing accountability calls every day.
Oh yeah. And I made you wrong and you made me wrong. Dude, those are fun times. Oh, I miss you. We need to see each other more.
Yes, I'm in San Diego now, so we'll hang out when I get back from the silent meditation retreat. I'm sure it's gonna be a whole new soul expression, self-expression.
I cannot wait.
Awesome. So Jaclyn, keep up the great work. I appreciate you. Love you. Have the best
Likewise.
day ever.
Thank you. I already am.
Yes, I already am. I love that answer.
Yes. Okay, cool.
All right.
Thank you.
See you soon, okay?
Okay. Bye. Thank you.